All right, Shawn, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about sales and trust. May seem like a bit of an unusual topic for a channel that usually covers things that are related to the law and business, but let me tell you, these are intricately connected. Sales and trust are so important. We'll talk some about the principles of that, how you can build the trust in the sales process. But at the end of the day, it all ties back to your company, to risk management, to avoiding legal issues. And we'll make that connection between that because good sales, good trust building, and a legal process that underlies it will simplify things greatly for your business. It can be critical for your growth and survival, getting those into alignment. It can also allow you to grow your business, to sell more, because you can take your attention off perhaps some of these legal issues and problems, get focused more on sales and growth. But if you get this thing out of alignment, you create problems with sales and trust, you may well find out that your business is going to struggle because some of these things are going to hold you back. All right, let's jump into it. We will be talking a little bit about legal issues. It's not legal advice. Consult your legal advisor. Also not financial or investment advice. There is a strong connection between the three. Sales involves generally making a lot of statements, right? You are out in the sales process. You're talking to people. You're going to tell them what you can do, what your product does, what your service does, what the benefits are. You are constantly making what we consider in the law to be representations, right? You are representing the car will do this, the widget will do that. Our service is great because we'll do this, this, and this for you, right? You are constantly making representations in the sales process. It also involves trust. You are eventually going to have a decision point where your buyer, your potential buyer, is going to decide, do I trust what they're telling me? Will I give my money? Will I give my time and energy to this salesperson? Or will I go a different direction? And then the law comes in because at the end of the day, most of this is going to get boiled down into a written agreement, right? Sure, you might have an oral agreement that has its own legal issues with it. And I think we've hit on that some on the channel. If you want us to cover more in the future, let us know. We're always reading the comments. But a written contract really strengthens things, right? So generally this is all going to get boiled into a written contract, and that written contract is going to embody what you agreed to as a matter of the sales and trust process. So these are all interconnected. There is good sales builds trust, and then the legal documents document it. And when those things get out of line, we can suddenly have problems, and we do see that in practice, right? The purchaser thought they were going to get something that's not in the contract, or the contract doesn't line up, or the contract promises more than the salesperson promised, and now we're held to a higher standard. So we've got to get all these interconnected as a matter of good business, as a matter of getting repeat customers, and honestly as a matter of keeping us out of the courthouse. So a good sales process is going to build to trust. It's going to get the person to believe in what you're saying, but it also is going to set the limits of what you can do and what you can't do, right? What does your product do? What does your product not do? What can the user expect as far as after sales support? Is there a warranty? Is there not a warranty? What is the extent of the warranty? A good sales process is going to put all of this on the table for the buyer so that they know and they're not surprised. They shouldn't be surprised when they see the contract in writing. It should match their expectations because we've been through the process. And then when the product is delivered and the service is rendered, or we move into performance of the contract, it should match both what the contract says and what the salesperson said, right? So a good sales process is going to filter all this out, right? It's going to educate the customer. It's going to let them know what you have, what you offer, and what the limitations are. It's not going to overpromise. It's going to set realistic expectations. Everybody's going to know where they sit. and then we're just going to move into closing it. Now, sure, even with a great sales process, there could be problems, right? There could be unexpected issues with the product or service. Third-party issues could come in, whether it's, an act of God, whether it's a problem with a factory, maybe you have an employee issue, right? A lot of things can happen. A good sales process isn't a guarantee of no problems. But if everything's flowing correctly, a good sales process should lead into a very realistic performance cycle to move this through to a very happy and satisfied customer who trusts you, and then in turn will refer you and bring back sales, right? So you've got to build trust through this process. And part of that is being realistic, not over-promising your customer. Of course, that can lead to legal issues in and of itself. A lot of times salespeople get carried away. They want to close the sale. They say too much. Sometimes maybe it can be litigated. Sometimes you get away with it because it's just hard to fight, but doesn't make it right. So you got to build that trust to say, hey, I'm going to do what I said, and you're going to watch me do what I said. And when you see that, you're going to be happy. You're going to want to sign on the bottom line because you trust me. I've told you the limits, and the written contract matches it. And then when we move into the performance phase, we're going to match what we said and what the written contract said, what the pre-sales discussion said. All of this building trust, which again is building future customers, increasing your sales pipeline, reducing your risk of refund, but then also managing a lot of the business risk. And the contract has to match. A lot of people mess this up, right? The contract will be drafted by one team and legal, and they'll have ideas about what things are going to be like. Meanwhile, the sales team, as we get into larger organizations in particular, they have their own meetings and own things. They think this, and this about the product. They think this is what's going to happen. Meanwhile, the contract team and the sales team are not matching. In doing this right, what you want to do is match the contract to realistically what's going to happen. And that's a good discussion between the sales team and the legal team, getting them into alignment, working through the contract terms to make sure they make sense, really pulling everything together. You want to match the contract to reality of what's being offered, what the limitations are, what the warranties are. And then your sales team, you want to get them in line with it too, right? When you're bringing this harmony, that's all going to help trust, right? As the contract and the sales process come together, you have trust. And then all of this manages risk, right? Good contracts manage risk because they explain things. They set limitations. They really define what is and in out of bounds, right? So that's one of the reasons why we put so much time and attention into contracts, is we look at the risk, we look at how much risk we're taking in the contract, what is the appropriate allocation of risk between the buyer, the seller, who's going to be responsible if this product breaks. That answer might change with time. If the product breaks within 1 year, it might be one person responsible. If it breaks within 3 years, it might be a different person. All of this to say we're going to manage risk through the contract process, but then also by having a good sales process with trust built into it, matching the contract, all of those together are going to manage risk, right? So you think legal is just the lawyer writing the contract at the end, but in great organizations, they're all in harmony. And so that's what we really want to focus on, is get the legal team and the sales team talking, and I've done this a lot in my career as I've built things, is I get the sales process and the legal process matched, and more organizations would benefit from pulling that together. Good legal, good business. If you've got your legal documents in order and you're setting real expectations, and they match with the salespeople, they're not surprising people, right? You have a problem when your sales team goes out and sells somebody, and then whoever puts the contract in front of the customer, and then the customer is surprised by the terms of the contract. That's not great business, and that's not good legal. Good legal is that salesperson can talk the talk and set the limitations and get realistic buyer buy-in, which is trust. And then the legal process comes on top of it and matches it and creates good business. Good legal also allocates risk and authority, right? And warranty could be good business. Sometimes myself as a consumer, particularly when I'm buying, goods in the 4 to 5 figure range, I like to know there's a warranty. I don't want to throw my money out there 4 or 5 figures, buy something, and then find out it's got a huge problem, right? I want somebody to protect that. You taking more risk as the supplier of the product or service, saying, I'll stand behind it. I know it's a good product. I know it's going to last 4 or 5 years, right? Unless something rare happens, then I'll eat some expense. That's the warranty. That's good business for building confidence in your product, right? You can see how the legal of what you offer and what you promise ties together with the business of how you can close sales and how you can build trust. Folks, getting these two in alignment, it's kind of woo-woo, right? And so much of business, as you look at it from a higher level, is that. It's about feeling. It's about belief. It's about trust. It's about having a good, realistic sales process where people aren't over-promised and under-delivered. We want to under-promise and over-deliver, as they always say. We've got to get these in alignment. And so reach out to somebody. Get a lawyer that understands business, that understands sales, underneath the hood with you. Get them looking at your contracts and aligning the process. Yeah, sure, it's going to take more hours of legal. But when you use that contract over and over again and you create a better sales process and you have better trust and you have repeat customers, that's smart business, right? We have a chance to step up to the next level if we connect sales, trust, and legal all together. Folks, looking forward to reading your comments. Thanks for sticking in there with me on kind of a woo-woo topic, but yet a critically important topic I believe will really help you connect with dollars and cents. Join me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't put anything confidential in there, of course, because it is a legal channel. Nothing's privileged if you put it on YouTube for all the world to see, but would love to hear your general ideas about this, what you're doing in your business. Also, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications if you haven't done so yet so we can keep in touch. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video so more people can see it. All right, folks, thanks for joining me today.